Hello everyone. My name is Temi Lunge and I'm coming to you live from the UK. So basically, this video is actually my observations because have actually made decisions about 3 times of leaving the UK and I end up returning into the country. Okay, so I want to share my ideas on why, what's actually wrong with the UK. And number one is this integration. What's wrong with integration in the UK? Have you actually wondered? Have you noticed that it's actually very difficult, especially as a foreigner, somebody of ethnic origin of African, actually integrating into the UK culture and lifestyle is really so difficult. And when it comes, if at all you actually integrate into one aspect, it's so difficult to actually say change and want to integrate into a different aspect. Okay, I'm going to use an example of getting a job. For myself, I'm an IT software tester, and if I decided as a tester I want to change my career to maybe business analyst, project management, it's so difficult. Once they see your CV and they see that, okay, you've actually been trained or worked as a software tester, they don't believe you easily that you want to change. Okay, so I've often discovered, or of my, a lot of, I've lived more than 10 years in the UK, that integrating is so difficult, and I really don't know for my, you know the white folks how it's easier. Maybe it's easier for them or not, I don't know, but I'm talking about myself, a British citizen by birth, okay, and also Nigerian or African, okay, by origin. It's very difficult to integrate. Okay, and another thing is that when it comes into integration, for instance, you get a job, you do the training, you do blah 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 blah, and they just give you, let's say, a contract for 1 week. After going through a rigorous effort, or they give you a contract for 3 months, or they give you a shift, and after a month they don't call you back. It's the integration in the UK is so hard. Okay, so accessibility to jobs. Okay, accessibility to jobs. When it comes to accessibility to jobs in the UK, I've often discovered that having an easier approach or a quick kind of integration into a job is so difficult. You have to wait for at least 3 months, sometimes 3 years, to gain an experience in whatever field, even in cleaning. Sometimes you have to wait for like a year to show your qualification that you can actually be a cleaner. Okay, so accessibility is actually to jobs is actually hard in the UK. Okay, flexibility, this is a big one. Flexibility in the UK is actually a big problem. I've talked about that. Okay, I'm just going to expand a little more. Okay, I've often discovered that being flexible, a lot of employers are not flexible at all. Okay, there was a time, because I'm actually a talented, multi-talented person, I like doing a lot of things. I've worked in IT, I've worked in cleaning jobs, I've, I've had breaks in my career. Okay, and immediately an agent says, "Oh, you've got a break in your career." They feel some way that you're not telling the truth. It shouldn't really be so, because I think a lot of people are actually committed to actually doing their best and doing it for their family. A lot of people are so committed, and because you see a gap in a career, it doesn't show that that person is not committed. I think, to be honest, I think there are some people that They don't like to be treated badly. It's just like that. Some people don't like to be treated badly. For instance, let me use an example. If you look at Coach Mourinho, sometimes he will tell you about some players that this is a special talent, that you need to treat him in a special way to get the best out of him. You don't just treat this player as everybody. Okay, so that is my observation. Every worker is different. Okay, so it's a lot of people need. They want to see more. They want to see reward in whatever they do to feel good, so that they can give more into whatever they do. So yeah, expanding on that, I've often noticed that the UK is not flexible. They don't believe in you. They want you to show it. That's just my opinion. And to be honest, it's so wrong. It's really so wrong. And you just find that a lot of my friends or some people that I know are actually doing one job for a very long time and they don't change, because what are they going to change to? Okay, so even flexibility is good for the economy, and it actually helps to actually build an economy that is more robust and much more intuitive, but that's what we see. Relocation, this is a big one. This is exactly what I really want to talk about. For instance, if I decided I want to leave the UK and live in another country because I'm tired, it's so difficult. A lot of people don't have an idea on how relocating is, especially since the Brexit. I was in Belgium just last year and I wanted to work in Belgium. I went to about 30 agents. 29 did not actually make me to just sign. They did not. They didn't take me because why? England has left the European Union and they don't fall under European Union as employable anymore. They fall as a third world country in Europe. Belgium did not accept me. They saw my UK passport and they could not. I could not recover from that shock. Just only one agent was able to register me. I mean, Brexit has caused a lot of issues with relocation, and for myself personally, if I had known that the Brexit would actually make it so hard, I would have actually gone back to Europe to actually register myself in Europe before the time actually expired. So, hey, this is a big one. This is a big one. Relocation is very, very now nearly impossible for UK citizens. Okay, I've got a British passport. The only places I was told I can go is actually Guernsey and just some few islands that are controlled by the UK. But the economy is not that buoyant, And why should I go to an island that doesn't have a big economy? Okay, it's so difficult for me to go to Australia because I'm over the age of 35. It's United States. I can only go there to visit for 3 months. I need to get an employer. I don't know why this is really going on. This is so terrible. I want to leave the UK, and I've tried. It's so difficult because I need to get a visa. I need to get a working permit in any country I go. I used to go to Europe whenever I needed a job before the Brexit, and I just go there and work. But now that's difficult. And so what do? We're in a situation whereby, in my opinion, the UK does not have a lot of opportunities. I don't see opportunities around, especially for foreigners and immigrants. I don't see the life-changing opportunities here. So what do? Are we now stuck in the UK? That's a question for everybody. So what's wrong with the UK? what's wrong? I would love you to leave your comment in this video and actually just, just kind of expand on your ideas. What's wrong with the UK? You know, I cannot live in any European country. I need a visa, or I need to get married there, and it's really so bad. And a country like UK will leave the European Union without concrete plans on how it can grow its country. This is unbelievable. This is not the UK I actually plan to see. You know, a lot of jobs, they actually go to employ foreigners from Nigeria and so all other African countries, whereas there are people who are qualified in the country. There are people who are ready to switch careers. I really don't understand why it takes so long to get a job in the UK. It's just too long. The process needs to be to be shorter. It takes just too long, and that's one of the reasons why people don't switch, because you don't understand what process is gonna take. I think people should be free to try their potentials in a new career. We should not be afraid of change. Change is constant. We should not. As a country, we should really not be afraid of trying. We should not be so quick to judge, because at the end of the day, the only thing that actually, the only value that we have is ourselves. There's no value in this world. There's no value in the job. There's no value in your career. The only value that actually can leave a legacy is the person. There's the person. So the person is more important than the job. Well, this is what we see in the UK, and I don't really understand this. I want you guys to comment on this.